All right. Good evening, everyone. I don't know if it's evening, but when you're watching this video, but good evening. I'm recording the video in the evening, so good evening. Yeah. So I want to show you guys the errors that people made and how to fix them. Right. So I'm just going to make this. I'm try to make this tutorial as modular as possible. I'm going to break it down step by step. Then, so the video is not too long, and the file size is not too big. So I think the thing people struggled with was layout. People still don't didn't understand layout, right? So I want to just like explain to you step by step on how to do something like this and achieve a very good layout. Whenever you see a design and you want to convert it into something, or you want to design something, how to go about that, how best to go about that, right? So we'll be discussing that, right? So there are a couple of things I'll also be doing here. Let me open the DevTools element, right? And I also want to point out something that people might have missed. So when you see a design like this, right? You see two things side by side. There's a text like this and there's an image like this. Already, you know it's either one of two things. It's either this there's a container that contains these two items, and is either you are flexing the items in the container, or you are using what, a grid. Now grid is really good and powerful, but sometimes flex, there are times where you need to use flex and times you can use grid, and they are both interchangeable. But there is a very good particular point in time where you need to use grid and where you will need to use flex. But in most cases they are what, interchangeable. I can use a flex here, or I can use a grid. For me, I would have loved to use a grid here, but due to I will use a grid. In fact, I'm going to use a grid because sometimes flex will not give you the best thing, but I can still use flex to do this, achieve the same thing. And so people need to know how to use grid. Even something like this here, flexing, flex is good here. Two things side by side, flex is good. Side by side, flex is good. So whenever you see things side by side, you know that that is a flex, right? So going through this particular document now, I already have a flow or a pattern that I want to do. I will be breaking this down step by step. I want to break it down step by step. But the first thing I need to do is I want to get a proportional layout. So there was this extension I use, grid ruler, from the Chrome extension, right? So I'm trying to like get a sense of understanding of how they design their own layout, because normally I thought that maybe I want to know like at what point where do they place their stuff, right? If it starts from there like this, then when I was checking it, I saw that it didn't match here. It cut across here, so even then they didn't properly put their layout. So this is just for me to like essentially know if I'm going to, how much padding I'm going to add and stuff like that. So I want to just get where the majority of the content is, right? This is what I want to do, to get where the majority of the content is. So I'm trying to follow this grid line so that I know, okay, they have a box and I think there's going to be some padding. When I create this layout, where is my drawer? Can I draw something here? When I create this particular section now, this particular section here, right? When I create it, I'm going to create another container, right? I'm going to create another container here, right? And I'm going to add what do they call it? Some padding from here to here, another one from here to somewhere around here, just to give it that to properly maintain the layout. The same thing here. So if I create a section for this, it goes down, right? I'm going to add some padding from here to here and some padding from here to here. So that is just me thinking of how I'm going to structure this particular page, right? So yeah, so let me just pause this video here and I will continue on another one.